Zach, you are now on a winning streak. You have won 3 in a row. Gaining ground.
Well, I mean, I'll never be able to catch you, so we don't really
Well,
have to worry about it.
no, that's not true though, because we're going to do this through the playoffs, and I have 8 wins. You have 3. There's still technically 8 um, weeks to go. So, and I think what we'll do for Super Bowl week, we'll probably throw in some prop bets in there to kind of make it a little more feasible in terms of like things to best bet on or something. I
I
don't know.
like prop bets.
We'll figure something out on that one.
There's
But yeah,
there's nothing like going for 7 out of 8 on a prop bet with players.
but you like anything that deals with gambling. Come on now, it's not hard for you. It's not a hard sell for you to gamble. Let's be real about that.
Just because I'll bet on a cockroach race doesn't mean I bet.
Yeah. And by the way, he probably does too. He won't tell you that, but he probably does.
I draw the line at badminton. I
Okay.
see that at 3 a.m. and I draw the line.
It's funny you say that. You won't draw a line of cockroaches, but you draw a line at badminton. Yeah, good choice. All right.
I bet on animals, not people, bro.
That's
I
true.
love betting on animals.
Okay, that makes sense.
Horses, Mr. Dogs.
Horsies, yeah. Mr. Reds, yeah. All right, so guess what, Zach? No more bye weeks. The byes are finally complete for the year. So every team will be playing action this weekend, and we start off tomorrow night, or by the time this podcast hits some of your feeds, it'll be tonight. Thursday football. Rams at Niners. The Niners are 3-point favorites. The over-under, Zachary, is 48.5.
Dude, Niners just lose people on defense, right and left, every week. I'm gonna have to take the over because Brock Purdy, he's making sure he's getting 50 to 55 million this offseason. The only way he doesn't get that is because they decide to franchise him. So give me the Niners to cover.
We discussed that over dinner on Monday. And by the way, shout out to Chris Chrismatic. Hopefully, when we go out again in a couple of weeks, that he can come out this time and hang out with us.
Yeah.
About
First
Purdy
off,
situation.
I was on a hunger strike, Chris, because you didn't show up.
That's true. Yeah. Here's a question. Brock Purdy. You discussed this a bit with my brother too, also over dinner. Because they could extend him at this point, this offseason. Given where the Niners are at, is Brock Purdy worth that kind of money? I mean, they're going to extend him probably, but the question is he worth that kind of money? What the market's at?
Absolutely. You're talking about a actual top 10 quarterback. Every season he has played, he has shown up and been a top 10 quarterback. To pretend like you are not worth 50 to 55 million at a bare minimum, I'm sorry that Jerry Jones and his old retarded ass gave a quarterback 60 million guaranteed to a guy who doesn't deserve it. But yeah, Brock Purdy easily deserves 50 to 55 mil.
So he's going to get extended, I think. I know the Shanahan way is that they can plug in any quarterback and it works, but I think Brock Purdy is easily the only guy that has made it work to a point where it has expanded the entire roster to where they're literally overtime for winning the Super Bowl. So I think I'll make that work, but they're trying to find a good number to make it work so it have flexibility because the team is getting a little older and they've not maxed out. The injuries, of course, have been bad this year. The 2 games back right now in the division. This is obviously a must win. Although I would argue that with the way Seattle's playing these last couple of weeks, man, it seems like Seattle is running away with this division. The Rams, however, are the team behind right now. Seattle, a game behind, who needs to win as well too. They look great against Buffalo this past week. My gut told me to take the Niners at first on this one, but given where both teams are at right now currently, the Niners are not going to be down to the 4th running back now. I think the kid that replaced Jordan the prior, the guy who replaced him last week, he got hurt against the Bears, so he's out now on IR. So down to the 4th guy. So with the Niners, there's no more bodies. There's no more bodies, and a short week.
Yeah.
So the Rams need this win. They look great. Puka Nacua is a boss. I'm going to take the Rams on the road here to cover. Give me the Rams on the points here to cover to win outright.
So last thing. One last thing. As you say that, all these injuries, your number wide receiver is out. Your number 2 guy has not shown up this season.
Yeah.
Your offensive line cannot pass protect.
Yeah.
All right. I don't care how good Trent Williams is. Yeah, they can still run block. They have not been good at pass protection.
Mm.
So if this guy shines with the fourth string running back and one wide receiver and a tight end who has not been getting the ball enough and a defense that is just missing piece after piece and aging, what more do you need to know other than to sign this guy?
Yeah,
Do not pull the franchise tag shit.
I think everything you just said there actually helps his case to get signed to a big extension. So I'm with you. All right, next one here. Sunday games. Here we go. Chiefs at Browns. The Chiefs are 4-point favorites. The over-under is 43.5, Zach.
Oh, this is an easy one. Give me the give me the Browns. Browns
Mm.
defense. I mean, Carolina can't beat anyone. It takes either a fuck up or a rough decision in order for them to win in like the last 6 weeks. So yeah, give me the Cleveland Browns, who just seem somehow motivated, even though they have no chance at the playoffs.
Yeah, it feels like ever since James Winston got in that lineup, you look, he's been James. The James Winston experience has been fun. Like obviously it's up and downs, but at least it seems competitive though. At least they're competitive every week. You know what I mean? They're fun to watch. I'm with you. Not only do the Browns cover, the Browns win this game. Like
Yeah,
this game is set for you know, we've been saying the Chiefs are, you know, they've been just doing this whole thing where like they win by the skin of their teeth, get lucky, the whole nine, and this and that. At some point, they're gonna need a wake up call, right? Like last year was a loss to the Raiders on Christmas Day. That was a wake up call, and then they went ahead and won a Super Bowl. I feel like this game might be the wake up call here because they got a 2-game lead now in Buffalo in the conference with number 1 seed, and I think obviously they feel like, okay, well, we're not playing the best football in the world, but we have a 2-game lead. You know, we can rest a little bit. And I think this is the worst team to do that against. The Browns, they don't care about your record. They're coming to fuck you up. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, no, this is a bad spot. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think Cleveland only covers this game. I think they win outright. Give me the Browns win this game. So
100% agree.
I'm with you on that one. All right, how about this one? Bengals at Titans. Bengals are 5-point favorites. The over under is 47. Zach.
I don't care how bad the Bengals keep fucking me over. Titans cost me $1,800 last week.
They kill
So
my
fuck you, Titans. Give me the Bengals.
same
That's
here.
all I gotta say.
The Titans they're broken. They're broken, being scarred.
1,800 down because of one goddamn team. Screw
Yeah,
you.
and they can't beat the Jaguars at home with Mac Jones as quarterback.
Yeah.
Like they can't do that. Like, come on. Bengals win this game easy. They run away. Probably the greatest 5-8 team in the history of football, because Joe Burrow would be an MVP right now. Candidate now if this team was even remotely around 500. He ain't the problem. Obviously, he's like third in QBR, leading the league in passing. Phenomenal year. It's just they lose so many 1-score games. I think they like lost 6 games this year by one possession. So, but yeah, this is the Titans. That's terrible. They're packed in now. You can't beat the Jaguars, but you can beat the Bengals now. No, get out of here. Beat the Bengals well too to cover 5 points.
Yeah,
All right.
this was a dinner question because we were talking about Higgins and Chase.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think Chase is gone after this season.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
You
he gets
mentioned the
traded.
dinner. You mentioned dinner that Higgins is the one.
Higgins will be cheaper.
Something to
Cheap
look at.
owner, cheaper player.
Something to look at in this offseason, actually. I'm not saying I agree what's going to happen, but it would not shock me because of Mike Brown and how he operates as owner. All right. Your game here. Commanders at Saints. The Commanders are 7.5-point favorites. The over-under is 43.5, Zach.
My team is coming off a bye, and
Mm-hmm.
you only make us a 7.5-point favorite.
Well, it's in New Orleans.
Give me the Commanders minus 10. We are going to crush them.
So,
But if you want a safer bet, take the over because our defense sucks.
so what are you doing? You taking Kami?
Oh, I'm digging the Commanders to cover.
Okay, so I have the over as well. I have the over for the record. And I wanted to take Washington to cover, but it's in New Orleans, and you know how things are there, home field advantage, all that. The bye week obviously helps, and they need it because with Jane Daniels' injury, rib injury, and all that. The rest helps. they still need to wrap up the division because the Rams right behind them. I think if they lose this game, Rams win. They're tied for the wild card, so that gets a little testy there too. Also, so Washington needs to put some distance to themselves and the teams behind them in the race for the wild card. I do think Washington wins this game though, but give me the over. The best bet's the over. All right. Oh boy, probably the biggest spread of the year. Ravens at Giants. The spread now is Ravens minus 16. It was 14.5 this morning. Now it's 16. And then I think that's the news. That's because of the news of Drew Lock being out for this game. So minus 16 Ravens. Zach.
Wait, so who is starting quarterback then?
It was Drew Lock, and now it's DeVito.
Oh, okay. I thought DeVito was out, and so Locke was in.
No, it was still Lock, and the spread was 14.5 this morning. And then about 3 hours after I saw the spread this afternoon, they announced that DeVito's in this week because Lock is hurt. So the spread moved another 1.5. So, yeah. Over-under is 42.5, by the way, Zach.
Shit. Oh, man.
Do you put in the Zach rule on the Giants? If they're getting X amount of points, you take
that
them?
is the thing. There's that rule, and your defense is decent. I want to use the rule, but I'm going to pussy out and take the under.
Guess what? I'm doing the same thing, too, for the same reason. You know why? First off, no shot the Giants win this game. No shot. No shot. Not happening, all right? We're not even talking that. And it is tempting to take the Ravens there to cover because it's off a bye. They need the win. If the Steelers lose to Philadelphia, they're only half game back of the division. They play again in a couple of weeks. So there's a lot riding on this game for the Ravens in terms of staying pace for the AFC North crown.
But history proves.
It's a lot of fucking points. It's a lot of points, though, too, at the same time. 16 points. The best bet's the under. They'll probably win this game like 30-3. Probably.
You'll get a field goal in the fourth quarter just so the coach can say, hey, we put up points.
But I don't want to stress a 16-point spread when they know they'll probably be up like 20 late, and then the Giants get a late score at the pull of starters. So I'd rather bet on the game where like the best bet being, okay, well, the Ravens win, 30 to like, I don't
14.
know, to 10, 30 to 10. I feel more safe with the under. So give me the under as well, too. So it's not about who wins the game, but about the best bet for each game. That's what we're doing here. All right. Cowboys at Panthers. The Panthers are 2.5-point favorites. The over-under is 43, Zach.
Look, only because it's at Carolina, I will take Carolina to cover. All right. Cowboys have a wide receiver, but they got no run game. Yep. They got a decent defense, but it's just not enough. I think Carolina could actually win by a touchdown or more.
Oh, no, I'm with you. I have Carolina in this game outright. Not only that, two teams that, forget the records, just on optics, going the opposite directions. Like the Panthers are 3-10, but they're playing decent football. They almost beat Philadelphia last week. Almost beat KC a couple weeks ago. They're in games. They're playing good football. Should be in Tampa Bay 2 weeks ago. This team could be easily 6-7 right now, and probably in like with a slim shot at the wild card right now.
Well, you're seeing Carolina play with guys who's playing where guys are playing for their livelihoods and their next paycheck. Dallas is like, can we get to Cabo San Lucas? Is the season over yet?
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I mean, we watched the game on Monday together. Cowboys are broken, man. They look broken after that loss. Which, by the way, screwed my fucking,
How?
What was it? -6 or +6?
Yeah. Oh my God! Yes, don't even.
We left. So, little story, guys. We left the restaurant at about like right at the very end of the fourth quarter, and the game was tied. And I did see the play because we were in the car. I put a game on in the car, and that's when Chase had that touchdown. But we missed the punt block.
So, also, let's rewind 3 hours before that. You literally come in and sit down at the table and start going, +6, +6, +6.
And that was all night long. Man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Yeah, fuck you, Cowboys. Give me Carolina win this game out easily. This is actually my lock of the week. My lock of the week.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. I am. I think Dallas is broken now. You see Michael Parsons' reaction. They are broken.
Yeah.
They are broken.
I think he could be out.
Honestly, I don't like what I'm seeing from this guy. Not just this week, but the last 2 years. Honestly, I have not really been.
He's literally just a pass rusher who
Yeah.
runs by quarterbacks at times
Yeah.
because that is the only thing going through his head.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, give me Carolina win this game and cover 2.5 points. All right. How about this one? Jets at Jaguars. The Jets are 3.5-point favorites. The over under is 40.5. Zach.
Oh, I'm taking the under. This is a sad, pathetic game. But Jacksonville's defense has been playing really good the last few weeks. So I don't even think Aaron Rodgers and Bryce Hall could put up 21 points on this team right now.
I'm actually gonna take the over. I don't know why.
Whoa! All right,
I know.
at least we got a difference.
No, I know. I know. Last week they only put 10 points against the Titans, but they're at home now. The Jets' offense actually looked better last week. Best Aaron Rodgers game we've seen in 3 years. They actually moved around a lot. He can still make those throws once in a while. Those throws are still are hitting once in a while. But yeah, 49 points is low enough. Why not? Give me a 23-20 game. That's not impossible? 23-20? Like,
You
come
really?
on.
Okay.
I mean, just because they did one thing 1 week, I mean they'll do the same thing next week. I don't know. I just feel like the over is going to hit here. All right, so that's the best bet for me. All right, the best game of the 1:00 set. By the way, as you go through the schedule, this week's schedule, you never see the 4:00 slate better than the 1:00 slate. This week is different though. The 4:00 slate's way better than the 1:00 slate. This game is the best game in the 1:00 slate. Dolphins at Texans. Texans are 3-point favorites. Over under is 46.5. Zach.
So I'll be honest. Smart bet again would be take the over.
Mm-hmm.
But my heart, and I'm going to go with my heart here, just take the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins win. I think outright win.
Mm-hmm. You see the over, right?
Yeah. No, I'm taking the Dolphins.
Oh, the best the Dolphins?
Yes.
Okay. I'm there too also. In fact, I already said on social media after Sunday that the Dolphins will win out the rest of the year. Now, whether or not that translates into them making the playoffs, that all is determined by what the Chargers do, what the Broncos do, and maybe even to a lesser extent the Ravens do, because they need a couple of hiccups just to make them ground. But that being said, this is the hardest game of the 4 games left for the Dolphins, honestly. So if the Dolphins want even a prayer to make the playoffs, they better not lose this game. So, I've been saying all year long, Houston's been underwhelming all year long. They've been really underwhelming all year long. They're a good team, but they're maybe a tier 3, tier 4 team at this point. So yeah, give me Dolphins in this game. I think Dolphins in this game in surprise some folks. I'm there with you on that one. All right, 4:00 games. Here we go. Colts at Broncos. The Broncos are 3.5-point favorites. The over under, Zach, is 44.
I don't. So the Colts are in Denver, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's only a 3.5-point spread with a rookie quarterback.
No. Well, Broncos quarterback.
Broncos have a rookie quarterback who looks miles ahead of Indianapolis's guy.
Correct.
This is gonna be a beatdown. Give me the Broncos. Broncos gonna beat the hell out of them.
So, I think the reason why the spread is a little lower as it is, though, and it's weird because the Denver's come up a bye also on top of that, which is even more stranger. You think people at least a 5-point spread, but the Colts are frisky, man. They're 6-7 for a reason. And by the way, this game's huge because if Indy wins this game, Denver loses. That's the other team in the mix with Miami in terms of like the wild card spot is the Colts. They'll now be only a game behind Denver for the wild card. So this is a huge game for the Colts. And Richardson has looked a little better since getting benched. But that being said, I'm not picking them to win. Denver, I thought Denver coming to earth at some point, and clearly that's not happening. And with 4 games to go in the year, I don't see that happening. I don't see this happening, especially with Bo Nix playing better every week, and they got the bye this past week. On top of that, nah, I like Denver. I think Denver puts Indy to sleep for good for this year. Give me Denver win this game and cover a spread as well too. All right, probably the game of the year. Bill and possible Super Bowl preview. Bills at Lions. Lions are 1.5 point favorites only. Over under Zach is 54.5. I'm a little stunned. It's that low. Where's the stand to 3 points? I don't know.
So I'm sorry, 54.5 when you have two high scoring teams. I know it happens every time. It's always an under. It is never an over. And I always bet the over. So
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Give me the Bills to win outright.
Really? So
Look, Lions have been playing teams close of late. They keep losing guys on defense. And after last weekend's loss for Josh Allen, he's motivated, man. He wants to win again.
I don't disagree with you there. Um, I do feel a bit about Detroit now though after that win against Green Bay. Um, the fourth down play, to end the game where like it got had Goff fell and they touched him, they would not have gotten that field goal off to win the game, and maybe Green Bay wins that game, and then you're looking at Dan Campbell like, what the hell are you doing? Um, I don't know how you feel about the play call, but it is what it is. Detroit is this is
That's
what they
not even the
do.
one I'm upset about. Going for it on fourth down at your own 30. Dude, stop being a fucking dumbass. I know you want to swing your dick, but at a certain point, you have 53 guys that are trying to feed their families. Don't fuck their lives over because you're a dumbass. That's how I feel about that.
No, I'm with you.
Like, fucking play to win the game for once.
No, I get it, but the thing is though, and using a 2 year sample, even 3 year sample of them since they've turned this whole thing around, like this is who they are. Like they scored 2 touchdowns on fourth down, on fourth and goal in that same game last week. This is who they are. I mean, they're not trying to
But why
pretend
are
who
they in a
something else.
close game? Because you have a coach who thinks it's okay to go for it from your own 30.
Yeah, and I get that. I'm not even disagreeing with you because to me, it's like I wouldn't be that egregious either. Um, look, I have no. They live by this play. They die by this. I guess it cost them an NFC title game last year. It cost them Super Bowl berth last year, obviously, with
Yeah.
this kind of thing.
And he hasn't
Um,
learned. Like, how stupid of a coach can you be? At a certain point, put your dick back in your underwear and just fucking play a game so you can win a fucking football.
that being said, this is a must for Detroit because Minnesota is right behind them. For all the goodwill Detroit has, and rightly so, Minnesota's the only game behind. And when they played early in the year, Minnesota had them dead to rights. So this game is going to say more about Detroit than Buffalo. So I think Josh Allen will play great in this game regardless. Best player in the field will be Josh Allen. Best team will be Detroit, though. Give me Detroit with this game and cover 1.5 points. I just think Detroit needs this game more, and they need to stay ahead of the curve because this is the difference between them being a 1 seed and a 5 seed.
Yeah,
So
they are so unhealthy on defense. You
yeah.
got to stop being stupid.
Well, that's the thing, and I think Vegas has kind of seen that too, also, because typically the home team gets the usual 3 point spread, but the fact that it's already 1.5, some places have 2.5.
Yeah,
I think Vegas thinks that Buffalo may have a good chance to win this game.
How many times does the number one seed in a conference at home only be favored by 1.5? And it's because of the coach.
It's the coach and also, and she said the injuries too also. So, but I'm gonna have confidence in Detroit win this game. This has nothing to do with Buffalo. I think Buffalo will be in the mix no matter what, but I just think Detroit is the better team right now. Give me Detroit win this game. All right, another big game this weekend in the 4 o'clock slate. We're getting spoiled this. We're getting spoiled this week, buddy. Steelers at Eagles. Eagles are 5.5 point favorites. The over under is 42. Zach.
Dude, I already told a couple people at my job today how I'm a Commanders fan, so
Yep.
I hope your team rots in hell. So, Russell Wilson, Please don't make me eat my words. Come on, baby. Be Ernest's goat for one more week. And you know how much it hurts me to root for the Steelers because you know how I feel about the Ronies.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So you're
taking the
taking.
Steelers, baby.
Speaking of
Taking
resistance,
Russell Wilson.
I'm concerned though because George Pickens may not play this game.
Don't care.
Injuries are an issue for the big injury there. The weather too might be an issue as well, which is also the reason why George Pickens probably should sit out this week. I think Philly wins the game, but I think the best bet is the under because of the weather and everything else around that. I think it's gonna be it's a slobber knocker. I think it's gonna be a run game, Najee Harris versus Saquon Barkley battle. Honestly,
Yeah,
so
I see that.
yeah. So give me the under in this one. All right, Patriots at Cardinals. The Cardinals are 6-point favorites. The over under is 46. Zach.
Because it's at the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are still trying to take their division. Give me the Cardinals.
I think they're cooked now. If you had told me 3 weeks ago they would lose 3 in a row like this, I would have said nah. Because remember 3 weeks ago they were the hottest team in the division, leading it by a game or so, and then Seattle comes out of the gate after Arizona's bye week. Seattle wins 16-6. Then Arizona lost another game. I can't remember who they lost to. And then they lost another game to Seattle last week. That's they went from 6-4 to 6-7 like that. But I think they'll win this game. Pats are not good. Pats are competitive, but they're not good. So Arizona should cover 6 points easy. Give me the Cardinals as well too. How about this game? This is a sneaky good game, really too. Bucks at Chargers. The Chargers are 3-point favorites. The over under is 45.5. Zach.
I actually love the Chargers in this game. Now, I would love to see the Bucks pull it off. Bucks make it to the playoffs. So, maybe I do a drunken, stupid weekend decision and go for a playoff game. But no, I just can't do it. I don't think the Bucks are good enough this week.
Yeah. Both teams will go to the playoffs. Bucks will win the South. They're now a game up on Atlanta. Chargers going to win the wild card. Maybe it's 5, 6, or 7. If this game was not being played the same week as the Lions and the Bills or the Steelers and Eagles, this would be a more talked about game for the week. Honestly.
Oh yeah, it'd be a much bigger 4:00 game.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a stay away game altogether. Because the Bucks are capable of winning anywhere, anytime on any given Sunday. They've done it. I mean, again, the Lions have one loss, right, this year.
With
the one loss
any amount of scoring, they
right.
could win by 30 or they could win by 17, 13.
Right, the Lions have one loss this year. Who's it to? To the Lions, to the Bucks at home. And the Bucks almost beat who was it? They almost beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. So
I mean, like I said, this team is very frisky, very competitive. But this spot, I don't like it. Give me the Chargers to win this game, but I will stay away from betting this game, honestly. Okay. 8 o'clock game, Sunday football. We got the Packers at Seahawks, another big game. Packers 3-point favorites. Over under is 45.5. Zach.
Look, I know Seattle's clinging to division. They've been playing good of late, but all that's going off in my head is I still don't trust the Seahawks coming out of your mouth.
I will say now, with each passing week, I'm changing my tune on that one. So,
yeah, not this week though.
You got Green Bay?
Yeah, I really like Green Bay in this week to cover.
Yeah, but watch it be the one week I believe in Seattle and then they lose. No, they're actually up 2 games now in division now. Well, 1 game. The Rams are 1 game behind. But this is a game now with Seattle. Okay, so like Seattle, I was turning things around. Now, do I trust Seattle long term to compete with the who's who in the NFC? The Eagles and obviously the Lions and then the Vikings and the Packers. This is the first game I'm going to find out. This is one of the games I'm going to find out. If they can win this game against a former opponent, a team that's a top 10 team in the league right now. A team that's maybe a tier 3 team more than a tier 2 team, but it's still a good team, a playoff team. In the Packers, then it will go a long way. But I like Green Bay with this game, though. However, I think the best bet is the over. So give me the over on this one. Green Bay, by the way, for the record, I like them. I don't love them. Like, I like them. They're a good team. And in fact, I can see them playing an NFC title game this year if
They
things work
scare
out.
me. Well, I
But
think that was my prediction preseason.
but there's something missing. This is something right now. I mean, look, things have changed in week to week, but right now, entering week 15, I feel like there's something missing with this team. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But maybe that's a good thing that they're still 9-4 in spite of that. So
I feel like Jordan Love has been just a bit off.
yeah, I see that definitely. He loves that back foot.
That is what, like, he got so hot after like week 12 last year, where the team just gelled and you could see it.
Yeah.
This year, after he came back from the injury and everything, it's just been just a slight off.
It's still good, but not. He hasn't elevated more than we thought he'd be at. I guess, right?
Exactly.
He's probably still top 10 quarterback in the league also too. It was just gotta see more. You know, maybe we're just thirsty for that. I don't know. Best bet the over though, for me. So I'll take that one. All right, we got 2 Monday night games coming up this week. We're back to that again. That whole thing. Bears at Vikings. First off, the Vikings are 7-point favorites. The over under is 43.5. Zach.
So initially, I would want to take the Bears, getting all the points. But the way in which Minnesota's defense is, and they're so opportunistic, it makes me think that I should just take the under in the game. So I'll take the under.
So, no doubt the Vikings win this game. No doubt about that. But 7 is a lot of points.
Yeah.
The Bears, for all the letdown they've shown this year, they are still competitive. They're still competitive. They won't beat Detroit on Thanksgiving. If Eagles was a dumbass, that might have happened.
Yeah, and I think Caleb is hating the storyline that's been coming out like the last month and a half, where he's still not. He may not even be a starting quarterback in this league.
I think that's bullshit. I think has he underwhelmed in comparison to his draft position? Absolutely. No question that Jane Daniels Bo Nix are playing better this year than he is. No one's questioning that.
That was coaching problems more than anything.
Probably right. But we have seen flashes this year of like when things are settled down, he can't play ball. Look, this guy, I think he will be a good quarterback in this league.
Me too.
Okay. It made us take more time than we realized. And I think also too in this spot, it's a divisional game. These teams hate each other. So that right off the bat, you got to bake that in. So Vikings win, yes, but give me the Bears the points. That's a lot of points.
All right. A lot of
points. Yeah.
I like it. I just don't have the guts to take that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And especially last week in San Francisco, they got embarrassed. So can that happen again? You know what I mean? So, all right, the second game. Well, this is a terrible game here. Falcons at Raiders. The Falcons are 3.5-point favorites. The over under is 44.5. Zach.
So I thought we had flex scheduling. Literally, the NFL still can't look at a game and go, "Oh, we need to move it."
I don't think they can flex Monday night games though. I think they can do Sundays only. I think
only. Well, yeah. There you go. Something you need to fix, because who's tuning into that game? 2 million.
First off,
people.
Let me say this way. Thank God the NFL had the sense to have 2 games lined up. So I'll be watching the Bears Vikings game definitely.
Exactly.
Of the 2 games. So to your point, but you got.
Give me the numbers one more time.
So 3.5. So Falcons 3.5-point favorites. Over under 44.5.
Give me Michael Penix Jr. coming in late and covering. I'll take Atlanta.
Definitely Atlanta win this game. I'm with you. Atlanta wins this game. That's the best bet. I do think this will probably be Kirk Cousins' last start of the year, possibly ever in the Falcons uniform.
If he
There's
struggles.
this is too much Penix Jr. like whispers now. Cousins is massively regressed the last month. You might as well see what you got with the other quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You draft him for a reason. You know, I'm just curious. I'm just curious how they operate with the Cousins thing in this offseason, how that works. You know,
Well, the
his
real
contract.
problem is he's been regressing, but he's about to go against a shit team. I
Right.
mean, a totally shit team.
So false hope, you're saying?
Yeah, I really want to see Michael Penix Jr. on the field. You know how I feel about the kid, but yeah, I don't care who's playing quarterback. Atlanta's gonna cover.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I'm with you on that one. Definitely. So there is your best bets for week number 15 in the National Football League. All right, a couple of things to get before we get out of here. Well,